Hey everybody, it's Tana. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a video for the Encouragement Card Hop, celebrating all crafters. This was put together by Courtney Krieber and Mary Polanco and Jen from Scrapina Creations, and I thought this was a fabulous idea and I couldn't wait to join. Any information you need to know about the hop will be in the description box below, because I'm doing my video early because I'm leaving for On the Make, so my voiceover is being done before I have the lineup, before I know who's next, all of that. So you guys won't see this video, of course, till August 1st, but it'll be done way ahead of time. So all that information will be below. So first I'm going to make some background panels with just some Distress Oxides for the first two panels. And I used the colors Peacock Feathers, Shaded Lilac. I think I threw a little Wilted Violet in there because the purple wasn't quite dark enough for me. And then the final color was Picked Raspberry. So those are these two panels right here. I end up doing two more panels, but I don't show you the whys and hows. One of them was done with shimmer powders, Nouveau shimmer powders in Solar Flare and Fireworks, Golden Sparkler. I think it was called Golden Sparkler. I don't have it on me, but that will also be listed in the description box below. That one turned out really pretty. I wanted something totally different than the first set of colors that I was working with. The other panel, I don't think I ended up using that one. I tried using similar colors like the ones I used with the Distress Oxide inks, but I did it in Catherine Pooler inks, and it was more muted. More like something you would get using regular Distress inks rather than oxides. So we're putting the first panel into the Misty, and I'm using the Leaf Clusters stamp set by altenew, and I'm using Grape Crush for the sentiment, and then Royal Treatment, I have to see the cover of that, for the leaves themselves. Each of these leaves was stamped at least twice. Catherine Pooler inks have fantastic coverage, but I was using watercolor paper for these panels, so it was just, with all of that, I don't know what to call it. I'm losing my mind. You guys hear that from me all the time. When I'm doing my voiceovers late at night and it feels like I can't find the words sometimes. With all the dimples and dimension to the paper, it just requires more stamping. That's all. Less stamping than a regular ink pad, though. There's the Grape Crush for the sentiment. Have I told you lately that you're amazing? That sentiment came from a Simon Says stamp set in a kit a few months back. It has been one of my favorite kits so far, and it's probably the only stamp set I have with a lot of encouraging sentiments. So I go to it often every time I need a sentiment that's something like that. And in fact, I think all the sentiments I used came from that stamp set today, because we end up making 3 cards here. 3 cards in about 10 minutes, that's not bad. So I just did them 3 sides. I did not cover that 4th side with leaves, and I like the way that looks. So moving on to the second panel, I'm now using another leaf cluster, but it's slightly different. It's also from altenew, but it's from the Wallpaper Art stamp set. I love the stamp set. I think it's the first stamp set I ever ordered from altenew, and I'm very quickly falling in love with their stamp sets. I did stamp that sentiment. I think it says I believe in you. I will show you later on that it is quite blurry. I stamped it too hard. I used too much CPR on my Misty, and some of the letters in believe and the word in were just kind of blobby. So I'm going to show you later on how we fix that. This third panel is the one with the shimmer powders, and I used the totally shaded in leaves or leaf cluster from the Wallpaper Art set, and I just put it in different spots so I get a different look of a bunch of leaves down in the lower corner. Now on the second panel, I'm taking some of the flowers I previously colored a couple months back. I saved them, and I want to put them towards the one side of the panel there and pop them up with the foam tape. Not too much to mention, this is that thin foam tape I got off of Amazon when I was trying to get a better deal than the Burtec foam tape, which is a good deal in itself. But I bought this stuff that was 2 rolls for $12.99, and it's like super thin. If you watch my other videos, I've said this before. So I stamped more leaves like I did on the one side across on the opposite long side to cover up that sentiment that came out blobby, and then we're going to cover it up with the other half of those flowers that I put on the first side. And honestly guys, I like the way it turned out better than my original plan for it. And then I took an alcohol ink panel that had lilac alcohol ink and some type of pink. It looks like pink flamingo or pink sherbet and flamingo, and I just cut out the word smile with a Catherine Pooler die, and I'm using my Lawn Fawn glue tube to glue that right into the center. And that was it for the front of that card before we move on to the third. And I just think it looks perfect. Those colors matched perfectly, so it helps to have backgrounds and leftover alcohol ink panels and stuff, because you can grab a sentiment last minute. And that's what I do. I actually keep a Ziploc baggie of pre-cut sentiments in case I'm traveling or I need something last minute and don't feel like die cutting. I used some more of that thin foam tape, popped it up, and put it on a Fog cardstock base by Simon Says Stamp. That is the first panel. I had glued a piece of craft foam onto the back, and now I'm gluing that panel onto a white card base. And that card base is just 110 pound Park Lane, the brand I pick up at Joann Fabrics, that I'm now using for my card bases, because I'm saving my Nina 110 pound for alcoholic coloring. Guys, I'm telling you, can't get my words straight. This third panel, I decided that I like those leaf clusters better in the upper left corner, so I flipped it around and took those 3 turquoise teal flowers that I had colored previously and put those on the bottom of the panel and trimmed off the excess. I also used that same foam tape to pop those up. And then I had a hugs word cut out of an alcohol ink panel, yet another alcohol ink panel, and that hugs word die came from my favorite things. So now I'm using Indigo Eclipse Nouveau Dream Drops, and I'm putting very tiny dots all around the openings of those leaf clusters, and I'll give you a close-up shot of that in a second. And I just thought it gave it a little something that it was missing, still leaving that center part where the sentiment is just blank. I didn't add any Nouveau drops in there. And then for the second card with Smile, I'm using the Cloud 9 Dream Drops, and I'm just doing a kind of swirly line out from the E and underneath the word and out to the leaf cluster along the left side. And those Cloud 9 Dream Drops are white, but they actually look pink on that panel. And then I took my Dragon Scales Dream Drops and I put those along in and among the white or the empty spaces of the leaf clusters on that third card. The inside of that Smile card is going to say, "You're doing a fantastic job." And then the Hugs card is going to have, "You've got this." Oh, I can't remember what it says. "Take it one step at a time. You've got this. You'll rock it." And then that third card, "Have I told you lately that you're amazing," is going to say, "Everyone agreed" on the inside. And I thought these made fantastic encouragement cards. So those are 3 card ideas for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hop along and follow everybody else. I'll have the link for the next person down in the bottom in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked what you saw today, and hit that notification button for the monthly giveaways. And until next time, bye bye for now.